Remote learning, yet accommodating tons of children. This is the catch-22 situation that we currently find ourselves in. Principals, teachers, you are nothing short of superheroes. Let's take a look in this video at 4 top tips for accommodating and understanding the unique needs of mainstream students with SEN in this time of what can only be described as chaos. Hi, I'm Lydia, psychology assistant and mother of young children with autism. Welcome to Neurodiversity and the 3 primary colours, a space where you can understand more about diversity in the minds of children and adults and find some must-have psychology hacks to help your family, school or organisation run more smoothly today. My first top tip is to expect new difficulties to arise. For many children with SEN, the current context changes in their lives are really affecting their functioning. And it is these context changes that may have just plunged their lives into utter chaos. This is because the effective functioning of many children with SEN relies heavily on the routine and the structure that typically characterises school life. This is especially the case for those children who have difficulties adapting quickly to change or the unfamiliar, due to difficulties predicting the likeliness or unlikeliness of future events, details or scenarios. These children typically require a metaphorical internal map or blueprint of the day ahead, something that was much easier for them to do prior to the current upheaval, as many aspects to their days were then consistent. And these children can also have difficulty understanding that because some aspects of the school day have changed, that does not mean that every aspect of the school day is likely to have changed. This context-caused decline in functioning is also relevant for those children who tend to rely heavily on externally sourced structure to regulate their attention and direct their behaviour towards tasks. So now, as aspects of that structure have fallen away, these children may also start presenting new and hopefully temporary behavioural challenges. So we are in a situation now that those strategies that were working prior to the current situation may no longer be enough. On top of that, those children who were to date just about coping, perhaps flying under the radar, may no longer be doing so. So let's take a look at a couple of things you as a teacher can do to help. Top tip number 2, speak about it to the children. In the morning, ask the children if there is anything that they are worried about or would like to know about that is happening in the day ahead. Remember, no detail is too small, and for many children sometimes it is simply the knowing or the blueprinting that they need in order to avoid that anxiety that comes from the not knowing. Reassure the children that despite other changes, the school routine has not changed that much. Doing this also reassures children that teachers are people they can come to with worries or questions, a fact that though you may take for granted, many children do not realise. It will also be important for these children for you to explicitly explain how they can access you if they have questions or concerns throughout the school day. Many children with SEN are not great at intuitively picking up on social or body language cues that indicate when it is the right time to approach teachers, which can lead to their voice not being heard. Top tip number 3, validate the concerns of parents. Too many times, parents of children with SEN are seen as the enemy or over anxious or difficult, but remember that what we see on the surface always has an underlying cause. As professionals, we love to float around this word anxiety, but remember also that anxiety too has an underlying cause, and in this case that is usually communication breakdown between parent and teacher. This often happens due to a clash of perspectives between parent and teacher. We tend to say things we think will reassure parents, but these can actually have a counterproductive effect because of the unique perspective a parent of a child with SEN often has. Often what is meant to reassure can lead to parents feeling that their concerns are being minimised or dismissed and the needs of their children not being understood. What parents need, like their children, is the knowledge that there is someone who is open to understanding that their children have the needs that they do. You might want to try saying something like this: Thank you for letting me know how Johnny is feeling at the moment. Please let me know if there's anything we can do within our capacity to help. I know sometimes even the little things can make a big difference. Alternatively, even better, try being proactive and sending a similar message to all parents of children currently attending school, because doing this one simple thing could make a big difference to the well-being of parents and their children at the moment, because it gives parents the permission to talk about those funny little details they would love to tell you that really help their children. And lastly, I want to throw out there a couple of examples of the types of changes that schools may have to make at the moment that may especially cause problems for many children with SEN, who thrive on sameness and structure. The first of those is new social experiences. Many children can be hypervigilant in social situations, especially new or unfamiliar ones. So possible sources of anxiety for these children currently that you might want to think about could be the social challenges of combining class bubbles, for example, or having a new teacher or changing teachers throughout the school day. Other sources of social-related anxiety could be seemingly little things like no longer having present that peer that they so heavily actually rely on socially in the classroom or in the playground. And then the second example is that children may struggle with new transition experiences. The nature of the transition or the between stage of one situation to another is very important for many children with SEN, and definitely something to look out for, especially at the moment. Though you will be trying to keep your general school routines as consistent to before as possible, it can be the little changes to these transition periods that completely derail these children. So 4 top tips, but most of all, remember you are doing a fantastic job. Keep going, it will not always be like this forever. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and notification button so you can catch my next video uploads.